Yo, what's up, guys? You're watching Real Talk. Oh yeah, that's it. That's what we're gonna be doing. That's what we're gonna be doing. That's what we're gonna be doing. I like that. I like that. In my opinion, hey guys, let me know down in the comments if y'all mess with that intro. We're gonna be using that. I might, when I start getting better at editing or stuff like that, I'll probably add like a sound or something to it, and it's gonna sound real good. Okay. Anyways, the topic for today's video is coping. Now, there are a few different types of coping, like physical, like coping with physical things, and coping with mental slash emotional. We're gonna put those in one thing because they both have to do with the mind. Things like physical coping is like resting your leg if you tear an ACL or something. I only know that because of football. That's like the worst thing that can happen to you in football. Or breaking bones, so you put a cast and you have to cope by constantly stretching it and working it until it fully heals again. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you have mental slash emotional. Now, that's dealing with more things that happen in your day-to-day life, like your pet dog passing away. That could be really sad. So you need a way to cope with it. So you need to find things to do that take your mind off of that sadness so you can start working to become better. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not any kind of certified therapist. I don't know what's best for you. All I'm doing is giving you guys my opinion and my insights on what I've been doing to get over this immense sadness that I'm feeling, and how I'm starting to get over that, and how I'm starting to feel better, and how I'm starting to learn more about myself and the people and the world around me by doing these things. So let's just jump straight into it. To start this off, I think we should jump into a story time so you guys can understand exactly what I'm coping with. So, what we're going to be getting into with coping in this video is going to be coping with heartbreak. Heartbreak, it's a canon event for every single guy. Every guy gets their heart broken at least once in their life. Every single guy. It don't matter. Don't matter how fine you are, how much money you make, you'll get your heart broken eventually. Okay, now let's jump into the video. Let's jump into the story time. Okay, so this starts 2024, first semester of my sophomore year. My classes are good, I have a chemistry class, and in this chemistry class, there's this girl. We'll call her Sasha. Sasha is a very pleasing to the eye. I like her. She's a skinny girl, but I find her attractive. Just something about her interests me. I don't know what it was, but something just attracted me to her. Now, I'm not saying I'm no Rizzler and I went up and I talked shorty up and I got them digits and this, that, and the third. No. It was really awkward. The whole thing was awkward. She was awkward too, but one thing came to another and me and Sasha started talking. Now, Sasha, she was so great. She never ceased to make me laugh. She always made me happy no matter what. Sorry guys, my 10% battery, my phone's about to die. So let's make this quick. So she was just a really great all-around person, and she never ceased to brighten my day. Now, the reason she was so important and great to me was because at that time in my life, and still is now, it's even worse now, but I was at a low point in my life. A real low point. I didn't think it could get much lower, but it did. It did. But I had a hole in my soul, a void that needed to be filled with existential things or internal things, mental things. But at the time, I wasn't mature enough to know that. So what I did was I tried to fill that with Sasha. I tried to use Sasha as something to fill that void. But obviously that would have never worked. But I didn't know that before. Or maybe I did, but I didn't know what else to do. So I settled for it. And that was probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. You see, because with what came at being that really low point in my life. I had body dysmorphia. I've always had it. Even though I used to lift weights, I still kind of do. I'm getting back into it now. I used to bench 250 and stuff like that. Calm, low weights. I know y'all can't see it. Muscles aren't there no more. Anyways, so one day, not one day, I needed reassurance. That was the biggest thing I needed in a relationship, and still is one of the biggest things that I need from any woman I talk to is reassurance. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty insecure person. I find a lot of things untrustworthy, and I tend to read into things and overthink a little too much. So one of the most important things I need to combat that is I need reassurance. And I don't mean like the reassurance where Sasha would have to completely get rid of somebody from their life or drop them because I don't like them. I mean, just like have a healthy medium, something that makes me comfortable without you having to give up somebody that's really important to you. So I guess I asked for more than Sasha was willing to give me, and that was love. She wasn't willing to give me that, and she really wasn't willing to give me a lot of things, and I guess I just let all of it slide because, hey, she was filling the void, I guess. But with all of the other things that she refused to give me, one of them was reassurance. So I was really insecure about the things she did. It felt like she was putting herself in the worst situations possible. Situations that every guy would look at and be like, yo, this is totally suspect. So I guess after a certain point, she just got tired. Sick and tired of all having to give me reassurance, which I'm not gonna lie, Sasha, you were horrible at it. If you're watching this video, Sasha, you were horrible at giving me reassurance. I'm sorry. I know you already know that. I told you that. So, I guess since she just didn't want to do it, she decided that it would have been best for her to take a break. And I totally understand that. Catering to somebody else's needs can be a lot, but in a relationship, it's something you have to do. Things aren't going to always be 50-50. People are going to have bad days, bad weeks, bad months, bad years. So you're going to have to put in a little more effort. So it's not always going to be, not 50-50, but 100-100. It's not always going to be 100-100. It's more going to be like sometimes one person's going to be putting in 60 while the other's putting in 40. Because in reality, nobody's ever doing perfect. There's going to be bad days. And I guess she failed to realize that. So she felt it was best for her to take a break. And I understand. But what weirded me out was one day, I think it was about a week after we took our break, which made it even crazier, is I was sitting on my phone, just scrolling. I'm like, oh, there's my girl Sasha. Click on her story on Instagram, and what do I see? Her friends. Her and pictures of her friends. She had her one friend, we're gonna call her one friend Davy. Davy is a girl, okay? Not a guy. But there was a guy on there, and I've never seen him, and she never told me about him. I've never seen him before. So I asked her, I was like, hey, who's this person? And then she doesn't respond to me, which is kind of suspect. And then some guy follows me. Now, I'm not going to name drop. I'm going to give y'all his nickname because I don't really care if y'all find him or not. His name's Danny. Or his nickname is. And he follows me. And I'm like, who is this? He's private. So I follow him and follow him back. And I send the account to Sasha. And I'm like, do you know this person? Because you're in his following list. And she's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. And yeah, to the other thing I had asked her about, they're the same. Those two are the same person. That account that followed me and the picture that Sasha posted of her and the guy are both the same person. Now, back to those pictures she posted with her guy. It wasn't just any kind of picture. They were in a photo booth. I already don't like that. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all are like, what, Jaden, come on. But it wasn't just that. They were all up close, taking little cute photos and stuff like that, you know, getting them in the photo booth, dang, dang, the photo booth, you know, papers and stuff like that with the pictures on it and stuff like that. So, you know, she posted those and I was like, yo, y'all are mad close. I'm like, what's up with that? Who is this guy? And she's like, oh, that's my friend from church. Are we serious right now? I don't mess with that. That doesn't sit right with me. I don't trust that at all. So right when she told me that, I was like, yeah, Sasha, you bullshitting me. I'm not gonna lie. Stop playing with me. And it was really weird that I had never heard from him, seen him before. But the moment we stopped talking, he's some great friend that you've known enough to take out places with your family. In my opinion, a guy and a girl going out with family is more romantic than you guys going out by yourselves, especially like as a teenager in high school, because you can't really do much without family, or when you do it with family, it's not as romantic because you got to meet the family. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments if you think it's more romantic to do one-on-one in high school, or more romantic to go with family members. What do you guys think? Okay, anyways, back to the story. That was just really weird to me. I didn't get it. It didn't make sense. It didn't add up. So I'm like, okay, so now I got a complex about this guy on top of everything else that already happened. And something felt off. You know, you can tell when a guy's interested in somebody, and Danny was definitely interested in Sasha. You could see it in the photos, how close he was, the eyes. You can see it in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. And and when I told that to her, she was like, man, you can't even see his eyes. Da 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 da. Girl, I don't have to see his eyes to see it in his eyes. Y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all understand what I mean. You can just tell, you get that feeling. So, and that was the feeling I had. I was like, this guy definitely messes with Sasha. I don't know if she does too. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Odds are she does, or she wouldn't be hanging out with him all the time. And it was just really weird. So, me and Sasha both wrestled together. We were both wrestling together. And, you know, we have our first meet. I couldn't wrestle. I was on concussion protocol. Don't ask why. But I'm ready to go out there and support Sasha. I'm ready to go out there and support her for what she's got to do. And then I look, I'm like, who's that guy in the bleachers with Sasha's family? Who is that? It's Danny. And tell me that's not the most boyfriend thing you can possibly do. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, pause. So I confronted her about it, and she was like, no, he's just a really good friend. You know, he wants to come out here and support me in my matches. No, I'm not buying it one bit. I'm not reading into that BS at all. I don't mess with that. I know you're lying to me in some way. You're interested in him, or he's interested in you. He's not just going to be pulling up to your matches just because he wants to be your friend and support you. Guys, let's keep it real. Let's keep it a fat stack. You barely mentioned this guy before. You've never mentioned this guy before, actually. But now he's like such a good friend that he wants to come and support you at your matches. No. So we argue about that a while. You know, she's tired of all the arguments that are started because she does things like allowing him to come watch her matches, which is so weird. So we argue about that, and apparently it's my fault. And I start to give pieces of myself away and give pieces of my self-love away because I still want her to like me. So I tell her, you're right, I'm so sorry. Da 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 da. One thing leads to another, and I don't even I see another post on Sasha's story. I click on it and it's a video of her. And oh my goodness, she's gorgeous. And then you know how they recently added the thing where you can add comments to stories? I see Danny in the witchclaw. And guess what he put? Hard eyes. That is the most unfriendly thing you can do. I click on it, I'm like, what the hell is this? Screenshot it, I sent it to her. She's like, I never even saw that. Yes, you did. You're lying to me. And she's like, yeah, all of my other friends texted me about that. No. Sorry, no. That's just not, no. Y'all get it. No. So I'm asking her about it. I'm like, now I know you're bullshitting me. Now I know he likes you. And she was like, yeah, I've known for a while that he's interested in me. So I'm like, you knew that and you never told me. You never made it aware to me at all. Like, what is your problem? Now you're hiding things from me purposefully. You're purposefully hiding things from me. So you're lying to me. Hiding things from me and lying to me they're both the same thing. They go hand in hand. Both are just instant. But still, she was filling a void that I had in my heart, in my soul. So I let it slide. I let it slide. Come on, guys. I have to have more self-respect than that. You all, no matter what, your self-respect and your respect towards the Lord or whatever religion you're in should be the two most important things above all else. Nothing else should come close to it. So I let that slide. And then one thing lead to another and we stopped talking. And it hurts so bad. I'm lost. It was right before Christmas break. I couldn't handle it, man. It hurt so bad. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't go out with friends. Not that anybody was texting me, asking me to go anywhere anyway. So I was just sitting inside the whole break. Nothing. Doing absolutely nothing. Sitting there, rotting away, being a couch potato, sad, depressed. Still am, but now I have ways to cope with it. But then one day I was like, I have to find something. I thought this unconsciously. I was like, I have to find something to make me forget about all of this. So I guess this was by the grace of God. We go to my grandmother's house and she has this keyboard. I've played music before. I've played the saxophone, the violin, a little bit of guitar. And she has this keyboard. I've never played the piano or anything close to a keyboard. So I asked her for it. I'm like, hey, because she's had it in her house for a while. And whenever I go there, I play it. But I've never actually got invested in it. So she was about to actually take it to a thrift shop. To the church that she goes to. They have a thrift shop there, and they were gonna take it there, and I got there just in time. So I asked her if I could have it, and she said, yeah, go ahead. So I take it home and I start playing with it, and I fall in love with it. I now leading into one thing you can use for coping: music. Music like putting in headphones, listening to music, or playing music like I am now with the keyboard. It's a really great way to take your mind off things, especially if it's a complex instrument, because you have to really focus. You can't be thinking about anything else. You really have to focus on the instrument itself and the keys that you're pressing. I'm doing the saxophone. Yeah. So if you don't have that and you don't have anything to use for that, the next best thing is listening to music. Now, I don't mean listen to sad, depressing music. I still do, I know, but I play piano, so it cancels it out. But if you're just listening to sad music, all you're gonna feel is sad. Music, you guys gotta understand that it has the ability to affect your mind. Music is able to change the way you feel on the drop of a dime. It's able to change your mood, how happy you are, for the duration that it plays. So make sure that you guys aren't listening to songs that are making you sad. Listen to songs that are making you happy, making you excited. Or like when you're lifting, listening to hardstyle gets you hyped. You know what I'm saying? Or listen to funk, stuff like that. Just make sure that you're not listening to sad music, because it puts you in a state of mind. It puts you in a sad state of mind. And when you're fueling you're already stuck in your head depression and sadness, it makes it harder to get out. So I'm, playing the piano, and it's helping a little bit, but I feel so bad. So I have to find something else to help me get over this. And I'm looking at my room, and I notice the little TV stand I have on my TV stand. I look under it, and all these books I have, like a miniature library, like 16 books best. There's a bunch of books in here. I'm like, I don't really like reading that often, but why don't I try it? So I pop open a book, and I start reading it. And I actually start to enjoy it. I sit outside with the trees, the sunlight beaming on me, and I'm reading it. And I don't know, I felt so calm. I wasn't happy and I wasn't sad, but I was calm. I was indifferent. It felt so comfortable. So that leads us into a second thing you can do to cope, or what I'm using to cope, is reading. I've started reading a lot more. I just quit reading and I started reading again recently, and it's really helping a lot. It's helping a lot. Personally, I have picky tastes in books. You could read any, by the way, guys, you can read any kind of book. Comic books, manga. I read manga sometimes. Blue Lock, come on now. Or read normal books. Which is also what I'm doing right now. You guys, Corey Kenshin's new manga. Corey, I bought the manga. Where's it at? I bought it like 3 weeks ago. It has not came. Where's my book? I'm playing. Okay. Anyways, and that was helping too. So listening/playing music and reading, both of those are really helping, but it's still like I can't help but just still feel sad. And that leads me into something else I can do to help. And weightlifting. I know there are probably some guys who've never weightlifted watching that are gonna watch this video and stumble upon it eventually. Try it. I'm not saying just completely throw yourself in the gym, start eating chicken and rice, calculate your protein, start pumping iron every single day and turn into Ronnie Coleman. That's not what I'm saying. Or Jay Cutler. You don't gotta do that. I'm saying go in there, grab a few weights, just start curling, start bench pressing, start squatting. And then eventually you're gonna realize, hey, this is kind of fun. And you wake up the next morning sore. Personally, I love this sore feeling right now. I had a back and bi day the other day, back and biceps. It feels so amazing. You know when you just hit a perfect back workout. So your lats are sore, your lats hurt, and it just feels great. So That's another thing you guys can do. You guys can lift weights. And then one more thing. I know that a lot of people out there are real quiet, are real unsociable, and don't really talk to people much. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, a lot has changed for me since the breakup I had with Sasha. I was already doing bad and she pushed me over the edge. I know that sounds cringy, but y'all know what I mean. And in pushing me over the edge, I lost my old self. And right now, I'm working towards finding the new me, the new who I am. And if there is anything at all that I retain from my old self, it's one thing. And that's caring for other people. I'm not saying give yourself away to those people, but I always find myself genuinely smiling when I help somebody, or when I make somebody laugh, or when I play with somebody or talk to somebody that seems lonely. Like today, actually, literally today, for example, we had a PE class. I have a PE class, and there's this black kid. He wasn't really doing too much. He was just walking around in silence. So I walked over there. I was like, "Yo, dude, you want to come shoot some hoops with me?" We're all at a corner shooting hoops. You want to join us? He was like, "Nah, man, I don't really play basketball. I'm not really good." I'm like, "No, man, don't worry about it. I'm not good either." So we go over there and we start playing basketball and we talk, we have fun. And I don't know. He's shooting, me and him are laughing because he's completely airballing. And it makes me happy to see a genuine smile on somebody's face. And to know that I did that, I made them smile. To know that I made their day even a little better, it warms my heart. And it makes me happy, and it fills a little piece of that hole that's in my soul. So that leads me into my last coping mechanism, and that's helping others. The things about doing little acts of kindness to others, it warms the soul, and you'll realize it when you do it. When you're walking down the hall, compliment somebody. Walk past somebody, talk to the teachers or some student you don't even know. Be like, "Yo, dude, I messed with those pants, man." Just something like that. You don't have to be a real sociable person. Just like when you see something cool, go say something. Or when you see somebody lonely, go say what's up. It's that simple. And watch their eyes light up as they look at you and smile and say thank you. Or they say, "Oh, what's up, man?" It's just such a great thing. It's such a great opportunity because I know that most people will probably forget about me coming up and saying what's up to them, but I have hopes that I'll say the right thing to somebody someday. And then I'll wake up one day, watch YouTube or turn on the TV, and I'll watch a video or see on TV somebody saying, "Man, I remember in high school, this one kid named Jaden came up to me. I was at the worst point of my life, and I don't know, him just coming up to me, saying what's up to me, complimenting me, man, it all went uphill from there." You know, that's my dream. That is my dream. I want to make other people happy. But another thing that goes hand in hand with this is make sure you're not giving yourself up to make other people happy. Make sure you're not losing part of yourself making other people happy. Don't give yourself away. Okay, this video is definitely pushing it. Longest video so far, 30-minute video. I know nobody's watching this far. Definitely, if you made it this far, make sure to subscribe, please, especially if you stayed all the way through and you were that interested. You might as well subscribe, because all of my other videos are going to be just as interesting, and all the videos I've already made are just as interesting. So definitely make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe, and stay tuned. I'll come out with the next video maybe next weekend. Not next weekend, maybe this weekend, or even earlier if I'm feeling up to it. Thank you guys for watching. You were tuned in to Real Talk. I'll see you guys in the next one.